hospital.
So you were talking about when you first started making them.
Yeah, I have been going back and forth to the hospital,
Yeah.
and this, well, somebody gave Lisa some wire to make do a clothesline, and it had been sitting there for years and years and hadn't done. So I just picked it up one day and it had some clear stuff just like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I just started twisting it around and started looking like something. And after I got it where it looked like something, she started running me some of this kind of tape. But it was real cheap thing. It ain't cheap no more.
Nothing is.
And it would stick when, well, you noticing that thing you got, it would stick and wouldn't come loose. Now you buy it and you got to do it 2 or 3 times to make it stay on there. But that's the way it started. Had no idea or nothing like that.
So you use the clothesline, but what's the very first thing
Well,
you remember?
that's what I was using first, that clothesline wire.
Yes.
And then I started using the wire, toothpicks, making the feet and the fingers and stuff like that. And just something new would come to you every day, you know, to do. And that's the way it started. And then right now, she can get, a lot of this stuff right here is made out of, where she get ice creams and stuff like that. And then I take that little thing and make me a truck or something on for the front of it or the back part of it.
Or a windshield.
Yeah,
or,
just
Do you use clothes hanger too?
I take the glue, where I get the glue in, and that's what I make my windshields out of when I take that plastic. And I don't throw nothing away. Nothing we throw away.
Do you make stuff every day, Mr. Willard?
Just about every day. I'm making my son some little, he wanted some angels. Came over here the other day and brought me some tapes. That's what I was doing today, making these little angels. So.
Do you have, so what are some of your favorite pieces? Do you have some favorite pieces?
Well, I got into this little monkey thing.
She loves the monkey we saw.
And God, I just got a whole bunch of them over here, and I don't know why I started making them, and then when I went to, I guess the reason I started because I got to where we go, Uncle Dave Macon, and these people.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
And these people wanted. I had 2 little monkeys, and they asked me would I have any more the next day, so I come home and started making them, but they never did show up the next day, and I just kept making them, and there it is.
There's monkeys, and you said there's monkeys
I
over
got a
here?
bunch of them right here.
And the musicians. You like the musicians, the bands?
I don't know. No telling what's all here. I got little guys fishing. I got a little boat they're fishing, and I don't know what's up there.
Well,
But this,
Mr.
hey, the little man done fell out of there. That's
Was
a
it in the boat?
little boat. I got some men back there. They probably fell behind the couch.
They're swimming for their life, Mr. Willard.
Yeah.
So some of them you paint, and some of them you don't.
Well,
Just depends.
I was using those colored pencils first, but they got where they start fading, so I started using fingernail polish. And it went high. I already had oil paint, so I started using oil paint. That's what those are made with, and I found out that oil paint keeps them better than, and the fingernail polish doesn't go up so high since I started using it. Now that's Samson and Delilah. You know, when she was trying to get his, to tell her where his secret was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she finally got it and got the piece of silver. And as she turned him in, he sat on her lap, and he done got high now. And see, that's where he started cutting his hair.
Yeah, I see the knife there.
I got several pieces made out of the Bible. I got one over there with I believe David and Goliath in that chair over there. And on that chair where she's sitting, I got Daniel in the lion's den, and where God was sitting on the wheel and he talked to the woman about her husband, and I got all that. So it just makes everything.
So you mentioned you started when you were getting sick and in the hospital. probably
Well,
boredom.
You know,
But
sometime I'd go to the hospital and stay about 4 days, and by the time I get there, I'd start bleeding again, and I had to come right back. But I just got out of the hospital. It ain't been too long ago. I spent 1 day in McMill and 4 days in Oklahoma. They just gave me blood in McMill and turned me loose. Didn't even wait to see if I was going to bleed anymore or nothing.
but I was curious how you started with the masking tape.
Yeah, it was to me, and it still is. You know, I had no idea. You know, I fish a lot. Well, God gave me that gift too. But this one, he gave me, I don't know, nothing to even think about having that. And they're fishing too, I guess.
I'd say they are fishing.
Yeah.
I almost want,
They're fishing in a fishing hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we should have something, either the fish head or like some fishing.
Fish heads, fishing holes. Goodbye. So,
And there was another little monkey with a
Oh.
on the thing.
so I see these little three faces over here behind you.
Yeah, well, it's like I say, it's everything. I don't know where all.
Are those some grandkids?
Yeah, those are grandchildren.
You're pretty good with the structure. How did you learn
And
to
this
balance them?
This is a little fishing thing too. And that other little thing that was sitting in that church where the little people playing their guitars and little musical instruments.
So did you ever make anything of you? So did you make one of them? You said, that's me right there.
Nah, that's me up on the wall.
That one I got that's got the wagon, you said it was you sitting on the back of it. Remember
oh,
that?
that right up there, yeah.
And that
Is that
one,
you?
that one we bought from
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
in Los
And
Angeles.
then I made another.
But not
and
many.
that was real.
Yeah, that was a real. That's right.
That's my daddy and me, and
This one up here?
yeah.
The one with the pink horse.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
as I was telling him, I done fell off of that hay, and my daddy done gone a mile and a half, and I'm still sitting on the hay. And so I just made a horse and wagon of that.
And look at you. Then you made a stand for it.
Yeah.
And hooked it up on the wall.
Well, you can take it down. It comes down.
It's too precious. I think we will reserve that to the Blockbuster Museum exhibitions.
We need one that's Mr. Willard.
Yeah. Well, let's take a picture of that. Mr. Willard, the invitation is for the next 4 years. So this is a series of exhibitions where we are celebrating the 100 years history of Black craft artists.
Okay.
And you're one of the master craft artists that we want to celebrate and feature. So I'm so happy that I'm friends with Bill. I had access to you because we've been familiar with your work. But it was through him that I was able to
Well, I'm
contact
so,
you.
I'm
So
so thankful for him too, because I had little different places, and he happened to see them and come by and got me really started.
I'm actually requesting Bill to write an essay about you and then maybe do like a question and answer so that he can,
Okay.
because we will have a book
Yeah.
about this.
Okay.
So we will be at the Tennessee State Museum and other museums
Yeah.
in different galleries and the universities all over the state. And after 2027, after the book is published, we will probably travel this outside the state. Right
Mhm.
now, we're prioritizing the state of Tennessee. So we have like 2 to 5 venues a year. So I will be coming back and forth to
Okay.
borrow more because every exhibition is a different curator. So Karen is my co-curator for the very first 2 shows. In March 2024, we have Dr. Cynthia Gadsden from the Tennessee State Museum when we have it in Nashville. And then in August, we'll have another curator when we have it at the Martin Public Library in the
Right.
Cumberland Gap. And then in 2026, we'll have it in Arrowmont, in Knoxville. We'll have it in
Yeah.
different places.
Yeah, I really did.
You have so much, it's hard to know what to look at next.
Yeah, it's like hard to choose what to include.
So what is this, Mr. Willard?
This,
Yes.
oh, this was the little people playing their little instruments. You know, they outside playing their guitars and they blowing their horns and
We're just having a regular little jam
yeah, just
session.
having a little good time.
So how long does it take you to make them? Like how long
Oh,
would you
it's-
say it took you to make?
If
this
I
little
take my
jam
time,
section?
sometimes one like this, well, this one it might take 2 or 3 days, but
Wow.
if I got good tape, I can make something like this in just like that. But if I don't have the real good tape, it takes maybe a week or something to make one like this, because you have to keep the tape keep peeling off. And my son brought me some tape over here the other day, and he wanted me to make him some angels. So there was some real good sticking tape. I got up and went in the kitchen and come back and done started peeling off. So I had to go over that all over again.
And it was tape that was a good sticking tape, but it still came apart.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's not right.
The Scotch is about the only one that does good. And my wife used to get some cheap at the dollar store.
Yeah.
They
What
got-
is
they
what is
got-
your favorite brand?
Well, that Scotch is the best.
Oh.
But it's done gone. When I first started using it, didn't cost nothing. But now, since it's been on the internet and everything, fingernail polish I used to get for $1. Now it's $2 and something now. And the bottles are not full.
No, they're not.
Mhm.
But that's not just fingernail polish. That's
And
everything.
so I got her sister to order me some Scotch tape, which it wasn't too bad. I got about 6 rolls for $11, so that wasn't too bad. So. And then then a lot of this stuff that was coming loose, I just got some of that new tape and went all over it.
So are you still using the nail polish, or you prefer the oil
No,
paint now?
I got all. I got some oil. My son brought me some oil paint the other day, but I'm still using nail polish too. The oil paint ain't gone up none. But see that nail polish dries so quick,
Mhm.
and that oil it take it a day or so.
Mhm.
But no, you know what? I really enjoy this. And like I say, he have given me. God have given me a lot of gifts. And he gave me one that I've stuck with for 60 years, and that was cooking. And like my son-in-law tells me that there's no better cooks around here than he and I. And I told him, I don't care where you go with somebody better than you are. I don't care what you do with somebody better. But it might not be no better than what I do, you know. What I do, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna do the best of it. But I'm not gonna claim myself the best. And I told him, you've been cooking 2 years, I've been cooking 64, and he's better. He gonna equal himself with me.
So, what's your favorite thing to cook, Mr. Willard?
I don't have no favorite.
Just cook it all.
Anything that I cook is. I get so many. You know, we volunteer at our church and just give dinners, and sometimes we spend $300 or $400 just giving dinners. But I was telling him one time, the last dinner we gave up there, they told us what they wanted to fix, you know, for desserts and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
But then this lady that's over the kitchen, she told me, she said, don't make no more dressing. When I walked in the church the next Sunday, they wanted to know what I put in my dressing to make it so good. And I said, I can give you what I put in there, but it don't make it taste the same. It doesn't. I don't care what you do. But she told me, don't make no more dressing. When they get ready to make dressing, her sister would make it. Ain't that something? But you know, when I get ready to give something away, they can't tell me what to give.
No, sir.
Uh-uh. And we were just doing this for the pastor, you know, and our church family, and we still do it. We still take stuff up there. But we took 2 Sundays ago. We took stuff up. They told us what to bring, in which we brought that, but we added other stuff too. So, but that was really surprising to me. I remember when I first joined church, my pastor came to me. He said, Mr. Hilsey, you don't talk very much, do you? And I said, no, sir. He said, what I want you to do when you come in every Sunday morning, you have start the prayer, and then when you pray, when you get through praying, you let us know since the last time you was here how God has been good to you and stuff like that. And I've done that for about 1.5 years or 2, and he got sick and died. So his wife taken over, and so she said, I want you to do the same thing that my husband asked you to do. So that went on about 2 months. And when I got to talking, when I get through praying, I always be the first to talk, and she'd call everybody. And when I got through praying, she started calling other names, like I had been doing it. Then she said, Brother Hill don't have anything to say today. He said, because when he first came here, he wouldn't talk at all, and now to get up here, he ain't got something else to stop. And that kind of made me angry.
I'm sure
right
it did.
there. But I say, well, she thinks like that. I don't have to say that. I can tell God what I got to say. He know what I'm talking about. Don't even have to open my mouth. And you wouldn't think nobody would say nothing like that.
So when you making your figures like you got David and Goliath, and then you got, who is it? Delilah cutting off
Samson and
hair.
Delilah.
Samson and
Yeah,
Delilah.
I got Daniel in the lounge den up under there, up under the chair. I got Jesus. You remember when the woman come to the well? He's somewhere here where he was sitting on the well when she came, and he asked her about giving him a drink, the water. She said she didn't have nothing to dip it with. So he told her that he could give her living water. And so she told him that he must be the prophet. And so after that, she went and told everybody, and he asked her where was her husband. She said, I don't have one. And he said, well, it's true. You had 5 husbands, but the one you got right now is not yours. And so I read this Bible and I make these things. At church up where I will go, I just got, well, I did have how many, where I read in the Bible and get these things. But I found out the last 2 times I was up there, they just about gone. And she said, the lady said she heard on the internet that this person was making them, but she didn't ask this lady if she know who it was. She said, yeah, I know, he goes to church with us. So she started selling them to those people.
Selling you the, like the Samson and Delilah and.
I when I make stuff like that, I take it to the church. I don't sell that. I don't sell nothing really. And I got, what you call it in that fish right there.
Yes.
He's been going to. God sent him somewhere to this city, and he got on the boat and went the wrong way, went his way. And then the boat started sinking, and they throwed him off, and this big fish come and sucked him up. Well, I can't think of the name.
You're not talking about Jonah.
Jonah? I got him in that fish like that.
Okay. And I remember a couple of things from
Yeah, Jonah. Yeah,
not a whole bunch, a couple. Though.
Yeah, but I read a lot of it, and I make a lot of them. So, if God gives you a gift, He gives it to you for a reason. If He didn't think you could do it, He's not going to give it to you at all. And if you think about this, He takes. You don't have to be the smartest person. He can take one of the dumbest people in the world. If you read your Bible, you take one of those and make something out of him, because He's the one that created us in the beginning. It's not the smart man that. Our smart people's in prison. The smartest man is in prison. You see them, they there making license plates and stuff like that. They could have been out here doing this stuff themselves, but they got so smart, And I got a friend that went to prison ain't been too long ago. They went over his house. He had about $35,000 in cash in his house, and been cooking this. What you call it, that drugs instead of working.
Yeah.
And anytime you do something illegal, it'll finally catch up with you. It'll finally catch up with you. So I sit here and like I was supposed to go to when I first started, he invited me to speak at an art show, and my sister was supposed to call picked me up, and she just lived right behind me. But she was there, but I wasn't. And she said, well, she didn't see me. I said, do call me and tell me she's on the way, right? But anyway, I got a letter about 2 or 3 days. He told one of the people that the house I was living in that I was supposed to be there. I got a certified letter the next day to get out of the house. I didn't rent the house from her. I rented from Pam. You know, Pam used to be
Yeah, at
her-
Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, I rented from her. And after they found that out, they came over and said, we had nothing to do with that. Well, if they had nothing to do with that one, they say, hey, you should go on back and stay. They said that you the only one that ever been over here that ever paid. So we had to put floors down, we had to put commodes and sinks and stuff in the bathroom and stuff, all of that. Well, we're gonna give you, she said, we're gonna give you a little, so many months. She gave us 1 month thing, all that we paid. And then after a while, you would turn your electric stove on and your television would come on. So I got the electric people over there, and he said, there's some naked wires up in this tree. And he said, I'm glad you called me, because if y'all had have gotten under this tree any time it been raining, it would have electrocuted.
Could have killed you.
So we got that fixed. But
That was
they-
at the old house, Mr. Willard?
Yes, ma'am. Well, that was one that we was renting then. I was letting my son stay here while they was getting a house built. But anyway, while we was trying to, after they left here, we was trying to move over here, and we was trying to move refrigerator stuff in the van, and we lost more than we had to buy air conditioners. When we would leave, we had everything sitting in the yard. When we would leave, people would come by and get the stuff out of the yard. So we had to buy refrigerators, freezers, air conditioners, everything. But anyway, those girls apologized to us. And one of them came and said, if y'all ain't got no place to stay, you can come and stay with us until you get a place. But they didn't know we already had this place. But I really accused this girl of doing that. After that, I was sitting on the porch, and I believe every police in Manchester came over here. I probably told you. And they said they seen a rabies. The police department said there's a rabies shirt over here, 105 East Coffin. I said, I ain't caught myself about no rabies, but I had seen her pass by here, right? And so I said, well, you can't really accuse a person because you didn't hear him do it. But she had to be the one that said that. But I said, you wouldn't call the police to do that, no way.
Not for rabies.
No.
No. You
So I
call
told
animal
her,
control.
I told her, I said, I don't know about no rabies skunk.
Mr. Willard, would you share with us where you grew up? You grew up here?